Ngibingelele ngiphinze kunemukele maswahla mahle ehlelweni lwethu lwe-Business Forum lotabuhlelisene naye namhla ehlelweni nguncedile mamba ngwanelo muhle kanti-ke namuhla sitawubuka ukuthi ingabe yini-ke leyentiwe-ke ngilo litiko letindlu netutfukiswa kwemadolobha. Litiko letindlu netutfukiswa kwemadolobha belihlangene-ke nalabo labatsintsekako noma-ke labo-ke labaphasalo-ke lelitiko lokukhulumisa-ke luhlaka lweminyaka lesihlanu letako ukuthi ingabe lelitiko yini lekubheke ukuthi liyene noma-ke nguluphi-ke uhlelo labanalo.
Njengoba uhulumende asukumisa-ke luhlaka lokusebenza ukuthi ufuna kunikisa lusito esiveni seMaswati kulandzela ukuthi kube netikhalo letaphakanyiswa-ke esibayeni imvume yomhlaba yengwenyama Mswati wesisatfu yase ithi uhulumende akasukume athingwe amikise lusito esiveni seMaswati kanti-ke ematiko ngokwehlukana abukele ukuthi awulumikisa njani lusito. Itiko letindlu netutfukiswa kwemadolobha seliphakamise umgomo wokusebenza weminyaka lesihlanu kodwa lasiqiniseka ukuthi lusito lelitiko lufika ngendlela efanele esiveni lokufaka ekhatsi kunakwakhiwa kwetindlu kanye-ke nekutfutfukiswa kwawo amadolobha. Lolu hlelo luphakanyiswe induna yelitiko umhlonishwa Apollo Maphalala lomuhla ehhotela le-Royal Villas eZulwini.
It's a pity that in this country we all try to please a few people when we do business. But if we were to view ourselves collectively as Team Eswatini in whatever we do and put the Swati at the center of our business, we wouldn't be corrupt. We wouldn't be corrupt. Maybe corruption is because we don't have, a Gogo who resides at Sundusa. We don't have that Gogo. That's the center of our planning. We don't have at the center of our planning a struggling, business woman somewhere. We don't have a struggling scholar looking at Vigati Moto because our infrastructure is not people-centered. Where we have, all sorts of growth and vegetation lingering on streets and then we don't have Umundu at the center of our business. If we need the way in which we do business would have been different. I am happy that the strategy trying to, repurpose and redirect and re-engineer our thinking towards putting this one at the center of our operations. Of course, we assume that this one is a reasonable person. That's another thing. Then we should assume that this one is reasonable. Because if you put a lunatic at the center, then you're in trouble. But clearly, the Maswati are reasonable. So if you put them at the center, so that the assumption is correct, that the Maswati is reasonable. So, maybe let me get down to what we have been assigned to create this speech. The probably when you report in the media, it's good for you to report on. I'll give you that. You report on that. And You see, I am a student of the former Minister for Housing and Urban Development, Minister. Colleagues, let me congratulate you for coming up with this strategic plan under the leadership of the PS. It is therefore my privilege to address you today as we embark on this transformative journey towards sustainable urban development, towards affordable housing, and towards environmental resilience. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development has developed this comprehensive strategic plan, 5-year strategic plan between 2025 and 2030, aligning with the National Development Plan 2023-2028, aligning as well with the Sustainable Development Goals and aligning with the Swahili Implementation Framework. This plan is not just a policy document, it is a commitment to improving the lives of our people by ensuring decent, affordable housing and well-planned, resilient urban communities. Actually, colleagues, we are even taking it a step further. We are the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, but our spatial planning approach now seeks to take a national coverage so that we ensure integration of the segments, even outside the gazetted urban spaces. On last week Monday, we met chiefs from the Manzilio team. We are working with the regional administrators to speak to chiefs around issues of land use management. We were with the Director of Housing and Human Settlements, Mr. Mansebola, and Brand also teacher gave us an opportunity to speak to Manzilio chiefs. We brought Jesus that would cause them to have appetite for appreciation of the special, planning process that is available in the Ministry of Housing and Development. So that is what we are doing. And RA was involved, has also invited us, so we are going to Bongo to speak to the chiefs again. Because they control round about 70-75 going up to 80% of the land mass in this country. So it's very critical that they know and they appreciate why our settlements should be integrated and why we should have proper planning frameworks for special planning frameworks for even the rural areas. So housing is more than just a shelter, it is the foundation of economic stability, health and social well-being. Our first strategic goal is to develop sustainable and affordable housing solutions. And over the next 5 years, we aim to increase by 20% the stock of affordable housing. I'm happy the CEO for Eswatini Housing Board is here. So, and we were with him in a recent trip to Rwanda under the direction of the head of the company, the Honorable Orana, the Business Secretary. He had commissioned us with a couple of CEOs go and appreciate what Rwanda is doing. One of the things that we learned is that they have contracts for everything, performance contracts for everything and for everyone. 18 performance contracts. People do not wait to be told that they are not performing. If they are not performing, they just resign. That is where we want to get. If you are not performing, just leave office and find something better that you can do. Because performance is key. So I'm looking at CEO because there is a target now that comes in to say within the last 5 years we should have increased our affordable housing stock by 20%. I don't know whether you consulted the CEO or you just decided to help him with this target. But I know we are capable to deliver on that, and we will. And that's what the housing board is very much capable to help us deliver with the support of the ministry in terms of policy, in terms of funding, in terms of all other sorts of enablers which we need. We also want to upgrade informal settlements. on this one, colleagues, it's not just a strategic, intent, but it is a direct, instruction from the throne. You all heard when His Majesty opened Parliament. He clearly said, away with informal settlements. Or rather, let's do everything to ensure that Umdebiswati lives in informal settlements. So Umdebiswati is expected to be a SCORM scheme. The SCORM should be structured. If we decide to see these types of, it's still another way of providing housing, but I'm working in a structured fashion, climate resilient, appropriately service, because my classes it's only allowed for different purposes. So, but it should all be decent and structured. So, it's not just our own strategic intent, but it's also instruction from His Majesty the King. We are also going to ensure that we regulate the rental housing market and the estate sector to ensure fairness and affordability. I think there is a legislation that we are working on already to ensure that we achieve this. And to achieve all of this, we are strengthening our partnerships with the municipal councils, the private sector, with investors, with financial institutions, to facilitate access to housing finance and then tenure security. We are also implementing the Sectional Practice Act and the housing policy, allowing more citizens to own decent homes. I am happy to report that we have made significant progress in terms of the Sectional Practice Act. I think it's the legislation that is around about 7-8 years old now, but it has not been, functional. All the enablers that we needed to get that legislation functional have now been achieved. So Emaswati can now apply, for sectional legislation. The only correction we can make is that there is a notion that once the Sectional Titles Act is operational, fully operational, like it is now, that's what the housing policy is going to start selling Bomobeni and other housing assets. No. What we are saying is that whosoever wants to, because the spirit of willing buyer, willing seller will still be there. So whosoever wants to, or whosoever has put to the market any piece of the housing estate that requires the Sectional Title State, that person is able to do that now, and the applicants can, say he put through their applications, the process up to the level of ownership. So we are excited about that. So that whole maze around that is over. You can now apply and process the applications up to completion. So the business community was excited when this was launched because it unlocks the property as well. So I think we are now ready to get the applications or receive the applications and process them to the fullest. As Swatini cities expand, we must ensure that urbanization is orderly and inclusive and environmentally sustainable. Through our spatial development planning strategy, we are committed to developing and enforcing green building codes and energy efficient housing standards. This is very important. Enhancing urban transportation networks to improve mobility and connectivity, and expanding access to water, sanitation, and waste management. Let me pause and receive the Deputy President of the House of Senate, Honorable Dumiso, my senior, for those that don't know. And we also, in an attempt to support all of these initiatives, we are moving towards digitizing our land management and planning processes, ensuring greater transparency and efficiency in urban development projects. Our focus is on sustainable land use, where every citizen has access to land, service and regulated urban spaces. General colleagues in Genati, we are in consultation with chiefs at the opportunity that the regional administrators are giving us to engage with the chiefs. One other thing that we are talking to them about is separation of land tenure and land use. Land tenure and land use are combined. And we can allow land tenure, what chief say, the property market should be open for people to transact on land. What chief but let's use let's regulate. Because if we can't do that, if we can't regulate the use of land, it then produces what we see now, uninterpreted settlements. Even in terms of provide services, it becomes expensive. And sometimes some Swati are underserved in terms of infrastructure provision, specifically because of our security. So that is why we, in our consultation with the chief, we are even bringing to the table for discussion that probably we may want to separate land tenure and then regulate land tenure, regulate land, allow the institutions that use land tenure and deal with them, but they use should be regulated one way or the other. But this is a discussion that we are flagging. We are not saying we are there already. Our municipalities are at the heart of urban governance and service delivery. To ensure that local governments operate transparently and efficiently, we are clear on our intent to investing in capacity building programs for municipalities and urban planners, and enhance financial sustainability and risk management in urban governance. You will find all of these things in the strategy, promoting public-private partnerships to stimulate economic growth in urban areas. The ministry will continue to support the councils, necessary resources, policy, environment, and technical guidance to implement integrated development plans and other key infrastructure projects. You can only appeal for to say, once you develop your integrated development plans, follow them. Your budget should speak to your integrated development plans. Even we as a ministry, now that we have this strategy we are launching it today, our budget should not be what PBC gives us, but our budget should be what we wanted to achieve through the strategic plans. Because we have a tendency of having a budget on the one hand that does not speak to what we say we will do in the strategy. So if that is the case, it means all what we are doing here is just a waste of time. If we are not clear on how we are going to direct resources and fund this whole project we call the strategic plan. Because this is not just pay our colleagues, it is ideas. If we fund all of the ideas that are here, it is going to translate in space. It will translate on what we will see. Your integrated development plans in the municipalities should be that. If you can't be budgeting for this and then say, no, let's see, congruence between your strategies and your budget. When we assess your budget, we should be able to see, gradual achievement of the ideas that you have in your integrated development plan. And then monitor that. Put clear monitoring mechanisms for people to be appropriately accountable for all that you want to do as parts of the city. We are doing the same as the ministry as well. His Majesty was very clear on the speech from the throne to say, as the civil service, we are supposed to serve the public, and not the other way around. That's what he said. We are not supposed to be served by people. We are supposed to serve the public. And we have a very good model in terms of service in Christ. He demonstrated what it means to serve. When he was at and started washing the feet of people that he was going to leave with his mission. It may get us to some other things that we don't want to do. But it's very critical to serve. If you are a servant, he identified, he could have called himself a doctor when he came on earth. He could have called himself professor. He qualified, more than qualified to be that. But he called himself a servant. So if you are a civil servant, you are supposed to follow all the footsteps of Christ. If you have not gotten to that standard, you don't qualify. CSC is supposed to put some of these things in the employment protocol and ensure that people are able to really serve the public. But the assumption is that the public is reasonable. I always make that qualification, because you always want to serve someone who is serving. Because there's people that come into our offices that are not serving, and it becomes difficult for us to serve. But a great majority of the Maswati are reasonable. And when they come to our offices for service, they are just objective. They want that service. And let's please provide that service. And then our strategies will then make sense to people. Colleagues. And then as we try to move towards sustainability, I think we will get this throughout our strategic plan, this thing of sustainability. It means the ability of the current generation to work and meet their own needs, but without compromising future generations to meet their own needs as well. So that thread runs throughout our strategy as well as the as we do all of these things, we know that the Department of Fire and Emergency Services is under our jurisdiction as well, and we are happy to have them. But we are currently investing in new fire stations. I'm happy that I feel that we're not operational for the longest time. We've now been staffed and they are operational. I visited some of them, and I'm happy about that. We are also going to be investing on specialized firefighting equipment and advanced emergency response training to ensure that Barafire are appropriately equipped to provide the required services. Guess the future of Eswatini cities depend on the collective efforts of government, the private sector, NGOs, municipalities, our communities. The strategic plan provides the roadmap, but of course, its success depends on the collective commitment of all these stakeholders. The strategic plan is guided by an implementation plan that is broken down into short-term, medium-term, and long-term to ensure clear-cut actions that have to be undertaken to harvest the ideals and the fruits of what has gone into the strategy. As it is also embedded in the strategic plan, and monitoring and evaluation framework. We have that framework within the strategic plan, which is aimed at ensuring that we do what we have committed to do within the set time frame. This tool is critical towards incentivizing us towards full delivery and implementation of our strategic plan. And I can assure you, colleagues, we will put performance benchmarks on this one for individual departments outside the normative performance evaluation, outside the PMS, the performance management systems of government. But we should also have our own performance benchmarks, because that PMS is only to evaluate if you are in civil service. But we should put performance benchmarks that say, are you delivering on what we are supposed to deliver as a list and in relation to this strategy? So we must expect that we are going to put our own performance benchmarks and dashboards for incentivizing ourselves. Maybe the objectives are not the same as the PMS objectives. Here we want to see that we are steering towards the right direction and we are achieving what we are supposed to achieve within the set timeline. So even as municipalities, we are going to set those performance benchmarks because the strategy requires some other things to come from the municipalities, because the ministry has no jurisdiction. The jurisdiction that we have are the institutions that we work with. So clearly, performance benchmarks within the strategic plan are going to cascade down to the municipalities, to the fire department, to the Swatini Housing Board, to AMICAL, and to everyone else. And then collectively, if we achieve that, the ministry will perform. But we'll do it in a very nice way, so don't be scared. People don't like to be shy in terms of performance. I don't know why. But it's nice to report when you have done what you're supposed to do. So I think we want to keep that spirit. As I conclude, let us work together to ensure that every Litswana, regardless of income or background, has access to decent, affordable housing and a sustainable and enabling environment. Thank you very much.
Namaphalana kwenzeka vele ukuthi kulo msebenzi baqhubeka basebenzisana ngoba wetikhulu nawo bonke labathinzeka ngomzamo womhlaba womhlaba.
Sishaya silibeka lapho luhlelo lwethu ngone lomuhle, ngiyathemba ukuthi ulithokotela sipheze sihlangane ngalokutako nisale kahle.